All right, everybody, welcome back to another round of the Anstel Racing F1 series. This is race 10 at Catalunya. You can see some of the track conditions up on screen now, but I'm just going to be going through the drivers' briefing for our drivers today. So we've got a busy-ish grid today, so in qualifying we might be a little bit more packed, 20 minutes as usual for the qualifying session. Just want to remind drivers where we need to be careful. A lot of the time around here we can be out of the way. We have obviously got the main stretch to sort out position, and then also the back straight where we can sort out position. I don't want any slow cars, so that's cars on out laps or in laps, but I think most people will be resetting to track, so I don't want anybody on an out lap overtaking after turn 10, so that's after the end of the back straight, because it's very tight and twisty from there on out, and it's going to be very hard for if you guys are trying to overtake each other for lapped cars to for faster cars to come through. So guys on hot laps, and so the sections where we can't have anybody going ridiculously slowly is turn 1 and turn 2. So if you're coming down towards turn 1 and turn 2, coming out the pit lane, just make sure that you're either going quickly through turn 1 or turn 2, or what would be a better idea is just to look on your relative, see who's coming down the straight, and make sure you don't get in anybody's way. Turn 3, it's a little bit difficult to be totally offline, so just try your best to not be too slow in there. Then turn 4 and 5, we can be letting people by before we get to them. And then turn 7, 8, and 9 are all very high speed as well, so staying out the way where possible. And in the last section, as I said, it's quite difficult anyway. So I think if we can just try and make sure we're letting people through before we get into there, or on the small stretch before turn 13 and after turn 12, and not going too slowly through there at any time. And to be honest, I would expect you to be coming up to speed around then anyway, just to get the tyres and make sure you're all in the right window. Just because there's one or two new people driving with us today, I'll let you all know what happens with the safety car procedure. So I don't even know if there's anybody here who raced the very first race with us anymore, but as you remember, we did use the built-in iRacing safety car, and it's way too slow for these cars, and no one will have any tyre temperature on a restart. So what you'll see is Ethan is driving the safety car today. He'll come up as safety car on your relative if there is an issue. I'm also loaded in as the safety car, so I can come out if needed. So you'll see the GT3 will come out on track, but what you'll see is I'm going to post it now for the guys in the session. There's a little announcement message that will come up saying the safety car has been deployed, which just pops up in your chat like that from race control. So you need to make sure you have those text channels enabled. It will also come over the radio from the race control channel, and what will happen is we'll just make sure everyone's collected. If anybody is out of position, we'll get that sorted as well for the restart. And we'll let the lapped cars through. You should all have one fast repair as well. I'm just going to check that quickly. Yes, we do. So reminder that you do have that if you are in an incident. So if you can make your way back to the pit lane even with damage, you'll have a chance to fix the car completely and be able to go back out. We will let the lapped cars through when we say. So we'll basically wait for everybody to have caught up and then let the lapped cars through to ensure that there is no sort of confusion on track. So just hold the track position you're in. It doesn't matter if you've got blue flags. You don't need to let anybody by. We will tell you when to re-overtake everybody. Just stay in your actual track position when the safety car comes out. The DRS will be disabled when the safety car comes in as well, but that is manually disabled by us, so we can't actually disable it on your car, unfortunately, but you'll get a message saying it's disabled in the chat, and we will also come on the radio and say it's disabled. Now that will mean 3 laps after the safety car comes in, you'll get DRS, so you'll do 2 full racing laps before DRS is enabled. Don't assume it's enabled. Come on the we will send out a message when it is enabled. If you think we've forgotten to enable it, then of course you can use the radio for that. It shouldn't happen. I know it has happened once or twice, but that's been when there's basically been one person and they've had to get in and out of the safety car and doing things. So that shouldn't be happening. But if it does, feel free to come on the radio. If you have something you want to report to the stewards, you can do that over the radio or via a text function. Or of course it can be done in a ticket post-race. But we need to make sure we're not using the radio during the race unless it's to alert drivers that you're pitting in, or if it's under safety car to sort out what you think might be an issue, or to let race control know about something. if you say something over the radio and race control hears it, it will get looked into. It doesn't need to be said multiple times. We're just sometimes going through a few things at once. There's one other thing. Yeah, and also don't use the messaging function unless it's for those features as well. And that also includes private messaging. So, yes, we can't see if you private message other drivers, but those other drivers obviously can, and that can be reported to us, which will result in penalties if there's multiple infringements. And that is all kept track of, so it doesn't have to be multiple infringements in one race. It goes across the races. All right, that's all from me. I'm going to hand you over to the commentary team, who will be covering the last 5 minutes or so of practice before we head into qualifying.
Thank you very much there, Kev. Kevstar? Sorry, George Star, getting all mixed up. There's a Kevstar with me in the commentary box. I'm the Biggles, and welcome along to Barcelona. Second to Barcelona in España. And as you can see there on the information screen, it is race 10. So, Kev is joining me this evening. No Ed and no Gerald, because Gerald's at work. And we give him a shout out there if he is tuning in, listening to it, if he gets a chance, of course. But no Ed around. But I've got the Kevstar, who was here last week. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, to say the truth. I've had a good relaxing day. And now it's time for some serious racing at Barcelona and see who's going to get that podium.
Get a podium. Exactly. That's going to be the crucial thing, is we're going to get ready for qualifying soon. We're still in a bit of a practice session. At the moment, as you could hear, that was unmute a few things at the moment. I need to... thing. Now, I should have it good. All right. Yeah, I don't usually do the broadcasting. Stepping in today to help out the legend himself behind the scenes. Good evening out there, Khan. That's giving us a chat to one of our drivers, of course, that will be making his way around this evening. This track, and this track being anything, what do you think about this track yourself, actually? Like Formula One test track, we do actually have a driver, remember last week in the commentary box there, finished on the podium from Barcelona as well. That's Victor, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Do you remember? Or was it Eloy? Was it Eloy? So one of them was from Barcelona.
See, I've not driven this in the Formula One series at all, but in the GT3, love this track. Brilliant track. Really good to drive on in the GT3s.
Well, we're going to see how it feels to be driving these cars around. Of course, this track, yeah, I haven't driven them, of course, but that's what these gladiators do. G'day, Ben. Good evening. Out there at the moment while they're doing their final minutes there of practice session, which I'll show you the little graphic up there. That'll show you the practice session graphic there. We'll get used to all these buttons. At the moment, we'll do a bit of speed cam. It's like the speed cam when they zoom past the camera and it shakes at in excess of 300 plus miles an hour on some parts of the track. It kicks up a bit of dust on the camera.
Yeah, it's a good cam. Yeah, good cam.
Good test track too, of course, in Formula One. It's not a lot of the drivers' favourites. It's really hard to overtake around here. In a Formula One car, but never know what's possible. We do have approximately, I think at the moment, we'll be looking at, it's not showing me how many cars we have on the grid, but I think we're going to have about 12 or so this evening. Championship. Speaking of which, I can't pull up any of the championship standings information. I don't know if you have that information handy for you at all there, Kevin. Maybe to pull up in the Discord or something like that and have a look how the standings are going, because we do know that Benjamin now, I believe, has practically almost wrapped this one up. Who won last week?
I have the standings, but I'll have a quick look, see if I can somehow find them. Let's have a look. Okay.
It's not a problem. I mean, if you find it, we got plenty of time, of course. We have about another 5 minutes left to qualify. Practice before we get into the qualifying session. Hope the levels are all good out there, guys. Please let me know if they are or not. I'll actually go on board of a car, so they can get an idea how loud it would sound, obviously, when you did go on board a car. Because that will give you an indication, generally, of the loudest sound that will peak out, of course. And if it all sounds good out there, it'll be good to set those levels correctly. Otherwise, if you need it boosted a little bit, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the names. Some of them.
Levels are okay. Thank you very much, Ben. I like that. There you guys are looking out there for us. I don't just it's so frustrating sometimes when you go back and you listen to a cast and then you're like, damn it, well, I needed to boost this a little bit more. Alectic is your normal name. Alectic, jeez, sorry. When on board, it's a bit loud, but we can still hear. I'll just lower it just a tad. There you go. Thank you. I will. Tiny bit now. Ulrich, I think. Yeah.
Season standings is Benjamin with 168 points, Alex with 106, and Juan Tox. I think that's how you pronounce it.
One. I call him one. Yeah.
One, yeah, he's with 93. Hans, he is 62. Paolo, 62. They're joint fourth. Liam Kerr with 59. Victor with 56. You have, I can't pronounce his name, it's Howlang with 52, Ethan Ridgway with 51, and in 10 is John Petter with 36.
Thank you. Welcome out there. We got the fan clubs. We got Webworthy saying, let's go, Tyler. Good on Santa. G'day, mate. How are you doing this afternoon, this evening? It is this afternoon, actually, for me. It's evening for you guys. Ali drove a few races, but he's got a problem with his foot at the moment, so it's unfortunate. Get your foot ready. Take care of yourself first, and then racing comes second. As we all know.
I'm not seeing that face cam for some reason, but...
I got the face cam up. I had that just for a second on the stream. Well, we're just wrapping up the final bit of the practice session so we can get ready for the qualifying shootout. Softs and mediums, the tyres that I'll be able to choose. Don't believe the hards will be used. I'm getting... Fallout guys will be coming to Epic stores. There you go. Not really well concerned about that. Their Epic pop-up. We did hear last week that our home hero, I think it is Eli. Let's just verify if it was Victor or Eli. That I think it might have been Victor that's actually from here in Barcelona. So home track advantage, perhaps.
Yeah. When you've got a driver from the same place, they must have an advantage because they must know the track a little bit better than most people.
And he's been to the track a couple of times as well, you referred to last week.
Yeah, if I was...
If it was, it's either Eli or Victor. Sure, if somebody could verify that one for me. Be great. I'll put my headphones in the right direction. Gonna crank up the fan because it gets quite hot with 5 monitors and your computer cranking it out. So 1 second. This is going to be a hot day here in Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And my mouse is flashing, so when my mouse flashes, it means that session is about to finish. It's quite cool how it does that.
Oh, my mouse don't do that. Wouldn't mind it doing that.
Yeah, you can set it up. Do you have a razor?
No, I'm using Corsair. I'm looking. I'll be looking to invest in a new mouse at some point. Don't know whether to go wireless or not.
I don't always use the cable.
Yeah.
Because if you wireless, you can sometimes get a little bit of interference or something like that if you're looking at gaming.
Yeah.
And plus batteries and all that sort of jazz too, you know, as you have to charge it or something like that. It's nothing wrong with a cable, unless you're going to pull it away from, you know, right, you're going to sit in your bed or something like that and try to control your computer. That's when it's handy, of course, but other than that, when I sit in front of my desk, I'm not going to get too far away from it. So I like everything. I like a, you know, a keyboard that's plugged in, a mouse that's plugged in. Then I don't, even my headphones are plugged in, they're not even wireless, so that way I don't have any possible issues of anything going wrong during any of the casting. Qualifying is now going to be underway. So we will show you the timing tower. It should pop up in a second once they start their session. As you can see, the qualifying session's underway, so just waiting for somebody to come out of pit lane right now and just to do something. Gives a bit of entertainment, of course, on the track. And we'll have a look at this driver at the moment, which I'll show you as well. As you can see on the moment, is the finish driver of Osaki. How can I get that wrong? We need a nickname for him. Oski? Akari. Jeez, these names. That doesn't worry. Nothing wrong with your name, so I can't pronounce it.
I'm seeing a different thing at the moment from the stream. Completely different. But we have Victor out on his second sector. First sector was a green. Same as the second sector.
Yeah, it should be personal best anyway from everybody. Well, from all the drivers, because it's their first time around putting in a qualifying lap. Let's go aboard a little bit and see how it feels driving around here in Barcelona. As the DRS activation should be right there. So he's climbing his way around into sector 3, I think it is. It's the 97 car. So the signs are starting to come in at the moment, as you can see on that timing tower up to your left-hand side. Victor now, the Spaniard's gone out. It's at the fastest time. Liam slotted into number 3 there. This man that we're just on board with slotted himself into number 4. Trying to see if there's anybody else we can follow to go on board with. Perhaps the other... the Portuguese driver here of Polo. No more fourth sectors. Do I have my mouse in sync with the game? Wait, you're not seeing my mouse, are you, on the screen? Should not be capturing it.
No, I think he was asking from when you said before that it would be
yes.
blinking.
Yes, you were correct. It does it automatically. It's just does it automatically in the profiles. It must have just detected iRacing, so it's just changed it. It'll flash on last laps and all that sort of jazz, which is cool. I didn't even need to set it up. It does it for other games too, I believe. Whatever the default profiles are for games. So, John has come in at the top there, stole that one away there from Victor. And Ovid Hulengard, that's why we need old Ed in here. He's good at pronouncing these European names. It's currently by Ovid. Ollie. Hans is in the P4 position there, Christian P5. Still a few drivers yet to set some times. Including the man that we're watching right now too. It's a Portuguese driver of Polo. It's got a bit of traffic up the road, but might not should really affect him too much.
Polo.
Yeah.
Paulo
That's what we
Lopez.
call him Paulo.
Lopez. Paulo Lopez.
Yes, the 88 car. And that traffic up the road might give him a nice little tow. Not too bad. Climbing his way to third sector right now. So you kind of climb your way back up the hill and back down the hill. And this is the slowest part of the sector. Well, pretty much one of the slowest. Your first and second sector. This is the third sector.
How close do you need to be to get a good tow in with these cars?
I know. I would imagine pretty-ish close.
Yeah.
But you get dirty air as well too. So that's one definitely for the drivers. Here's Hans, just trying to have a look at Khan that was in the chat before. Let's have a look at what this driver can do. He's on board. So his first time this evening. A 13.9, so the only man in the 13s is John Peter, currently at the top of the timesheets, but still 6 minutes and change to go in qualifying. Or 4 minutes or some change to go for qualifying, actually. No, we have a 20-minute qualifying session. Got it right somewhere along the line. This first time going to come up soon. Oscar said call him Oscar. You can confirm that one, then? There, Kevy. Oscar said in the chat there. That's the Finnish driver, the number 97. So
call me Oscar. No problem.
Whoa, big tank slapper in the wall too, as we're seeing from Khan. And that might very well, it's going to continue on. But I think it's definitely going to hurt his chances of getting a good banking lap in.
Okay, yeah, he's in a P3 at the moment. Oscar.
No, Oscar. Oscar's down in there. Well, we go aboard of him, but yeah, he's in a 97 car currently running.
Yeah, number 9th. Yeah, Oscar, Finnish driver.
It's just so hard for me, unfortunately. The live timing is not showing me what numbers that they are at. I can't quite see. Oh, there it is. I had to scroll across to the side. Jeez, I had one job. There it is. It's like, I can't see the positions. That makes sense now. Once again, I usually did the broadcasting, so we'll get bear with it. Very hard for me to follow in qualifying session who's got the quickest sectors and not. All this action happening at once. Trying to see who's on the flyer. As Liam improves on his time a little bit.
Oh, the quickest sector 2 and sector 3 was Hans, I think he pronounced his name.
Oh, Tyler gets really swirly coming out of the corner there, the 8th place position here. Will that compromise his time as he's going to go kerfuffling coming out of the pit lane? You can see there as well too, a bunch of cars, but that's, yeah. So Tyler went up, well, he's a P8 currently at the moment. Just trying to see anybody else putting a bit of a flyer on. Stefan, perhaps go back to the German driver who is on a flyer.
The quickest P1 sector, sector 1 is Petter with a 20.58. And he's also set the quickest sector 2 and quickest sector 3 with a 27.31 and then a 26.07. Doesn't seem anybody else is as quick as him yet in them sectors.
Thank you. It's so hard for me to read these names on the screen. We'll get it. All right, exciting cam would be a good if it was exciting. And it's good if I can find where my mouse is. Alright. Just bear with me. I need to do something about that. It's too hard to find your mouse when you have 5 screens, mate. It's so difficult. There's a tiny little, just a little arrow. And, you know, you're going from a 4K monitor to a 2K monitor to a 1080p monitor. And it's like, it's all different sizes and all over the place. So I believe you pronounce Hans' name as Hans, not Hans,
yeah.
or Hannes.
Hans, yeah.
Hans.
So it looks like that.
Hannes. Not Hans as you guys say it, since it's a German name. So Hannes?
Hennis, is that how you say Hennis?
That's what they're saying in the chat there, see from base.
Okay.
So thank you very much. If we're right or wrong, well, we'll see. Most of the drivers I feel in the anti-stall racing, you're pretty cool with us not really pronouncing names correctly, but it's good if you guys let us know how it is. I do forget sometimes as well too. I need to put that on a bit of a notebook.
Okay, yeah.
And have that.
Hannes, yeah. So Hennis, yeah.
You'll have to help remind me there, Kev.
Yeah, we'll do.
I love these cameras. It changes automatically too, some of them. Especially that speed cam, isn't it, when it runs over the camera in the corner. Oh, this exciting camera is just changing all over the place at the moment, switching between players. That looks like they're Khan going back to Troy. As they're setting their times. I think I have to stick with somebody here at the moment because there's just too much that's going on. What about our Spaniard there, or Victor? We're on board with right now. What we can see is starting a flying lap. That's Victor Ola. That's the home we believe is the home hero. He's looking forward to hear me pronouncing Glemstensteer. You guys are just throwing it out there, aren't you now, isn't it? That's the surname of Christian Glemsteer. Maybe. I think the drivers just love it. Just love hearing us try to pronounce their names. They're sitting back having a giggle. They're giggling with the Biggles giggles. That's what it is. That's what they're doing. I'm the Biggles butcher of people's names. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, that's why in Australia we have nicknames for everybody. You know, if your name's Barry, we call you Bazza. If your name's Daniel, we call you Dazza. We shorten everything up just because we're just lazy to say a full name. Really looking like they're really putting on these fastest laps. Just yet?
No one's really pulled out anything different other than Petter, so he's in P1 with the quickest lap. Victor, though, in P3 has got his first sector's a 25.6, so, and Petter's 25.7. Oh, he's a blip quicker than him, but that's it. But the rest of his sector 2 and 3 is not as quick as him at all, so that's why he's down in P3. So maybe he can pick up the pace a little bit and get them sectors up.
Yeah, just so read out there from the chat zone, it's got all dark at the moment, so rain is coming. No, it won't, unfortunately. It's coming to iRace, and you can see those clouds mentioned. Now, pull up the weather forecast that's in the right-hand side. Right. So, will those track temperatures drop a little bit and affect the performance of the...
Is rain due? Is it due this year? Or is it next?
Apparently, yeah, but, you know, I think they're really going to try to do it right. They're not going to rush it.
Yeah.
Absolutely no point in doing that, of course. Well, Ollie...
I'm on board with P2.
Yeah, I think it was mentioned that there. Call him Ollie.
Oh, is that with Scott? Yeah, Ollie? Yeah.
Ollie currently in P2 on a flying lap. Let's get rid of the weather. You can see the temperature's dropped a little bit. Now, we've seen this before, haven't we? I think in a lot of iRacing. that the times don't necessarily tumble super quick towards the end, like they do in the real Formula One. Usually not last across the line actually is quickest. It's got traffic to navigate past, both of them. 8th gear, jumping down to 2nd, maybe even 1st gear. As the driver currently sitting in P2, and that is the 82 car. At the moment needs to make up a little bit of gain here if he wants to bring it there to John. It's got the provisional pole. But this is the final corner for him to navigate to. Let's see if his time will improve. Not the fastest middle sector for him, but certainly... Oh, there it is, so it doesn't... Still, nobody can crack the 13 club that John is. Further back, let's have a look at Khan to see as he's going around the final corner, taking out one of those witches hats as well. If he'll improve on his time, which is currently at 16.8 as his best. He won't. What about the Aussie there of Liam? As he comes away around his final corner here. I don't see much of an improvement there from it's P6. Tyler's a little bit further down the road now. Go back to the American driver. He's got traffic behind him. Currently 8th place at the moment there, Tyler. And I think he's got 10th place man of Troy Banks just behind him. So both the Americans are sticking together here on the track. North Americans, of course, because I live in the Americas at the moment. It's the whole continent, of course, North and South America and Central. But we all just know we call people from the United States Americans, because they are. And Tyler, well, he's done his lap. Anybody else you see on a bit of a flyer? Khan, Troy, I think they're abandoning their laps. It's going to be your last chance to get some laps in. Qualifying ends in about 3 minutes. No, the cone, says Ben. Yeah, he slapped it. You think marshals will get out there and put some new ones up back? Just trying to see if Victor's also out on a flying lap. Troy Banks is going to cross the line in second, get his time in.
John Peters out again on his on a lap. John Petter.
Yeah, I'm just having a look as Victor crosses the line now. Victor Bola. I think he's going to be firing up for his final lap. Perhaps of qualifying. Might get 2 in. There's the local Spaniard. That's right on board with him for a little bit.
Oh.
And that's probably the commentator's curse, isn't it, on that one? As he's going back into pit lane. What about the man that's set the only man that's been in the 13.9s? That's old John. John Peter. And he's slowing down. Is he getting ready to start a hot lap? 100% sure. It looks like he may very well be. Yeah, so here it is. This could be his final chance to do anything about it. The man, I believe... Oh, the flag. I can't quite see 100% where it's from, but it's somewhere along Denmark, maybe. It's not Norwegian. It's not Finnish.
I'm not actually sure which...
Could be Denmark. It's one of the Scandinavian countries.
No, it's not Denmark.
No? Which one is it? Can't remember what that is. Not Norway, or is it?
No, it's
not Norway. There's Ollie's from Norway. Okay, we'll get it along then. It's not like... I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, that could be an off-track excursion. I'm not sure if it was an off-track, which means that will be invalidated, because that's a tricky one to go through those section. Yeah, he wasn't off-track, so he's going to back off on that one completely. Yeah, off-track will get your track invalidated, unfortunately. Polo! It's been very competitive this season. A man from Portugal. Checkered flag's out. That's why my mouse just realised it was flashing. Checkered flag out for qualifying. This is it. Anybody on a flying lap. And soft tyres for the top 4, I think they were setting on. But Liam's still out on track there in P6 on the mediums. But let's see if Paulo can do anything about this. This is the last chance that he'll have. It's Paulo Lopez, as you can see. It's Norwegian. Okay, so it's really hard to... Yeah, okay, Norwegian, then there's Denmark as well. So I should know that.
It's Norwegian.
It is Norwegian, apparently, yes. That's Ben's. Ben was saying something about that. 100% sure. Somebody's saying it is. Qualifying session is done, apart from Liam. Anyone left? I think Liam's going to back out on that one anyway, because it didn't...
It
like,
looks different.
it's going to improve.
That flag actually looks different. It looks like it's got something in the middle. I mean, looking at
it does too for me. It
does look
I
different.
don't think it's Norwegian.
Not Norwegian.
It's not. No, it's got something else around it. There's a couple of... it's a few Scandinavian flags. Scandinavian country, generally, I'd say. But you got to remember, too, there's Iceland, but it's a different flag.
Finland, Iceland, Denmark, Norway. Just looking through, but I can't see anywhere. I can't see that.
Saying Eli left is on top of the practice session. He did too. Eli did not put a time in. Hopefully he's got some issues. Benjamin, that's right. I think we spoke, remember Benjamin last week said he's going to do a last to first challenge? That's right. That's the reason why Benjamin did not qualify. I remember he did say that, didn't he? Because he's wrapped up the championship. And so Benny's now having a bit of fun. Yeah, you remember the interview last week? That's right. I remember what he said. He did say that. He was going to wrap it all up and do a last to first challenge. That's going to be interesting. Whoop, you're champion. Champions can do that. We're going to get ready for the race, my friend.
Yep.
I don't know if it shows me a grid, if even it can show a grid. I can show a grid. There it is.
Yeah, the grid is there.
But I can't read those names, or well, I can actually. John on pole there from Ollie in P2. Victor, Paulo, a Spaniard and the Portuguese driver there. We'll round out the second row there. Hans, Liam, and then you got Christian, Tyler, Oscar, Troy, Stefan, and Khan. And then at the back, if it does scroll, I don't know how it does scroll, if it scrolls automatically or not. It might not. I'm not sure how to do that. It does do it 11th, 12th. Yeah, I think it did, actually. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Benjamin's loaded in, and no Eloy. So that's interesting. And then the rest of everybody else is just the 2 safety car drivers. So that'll be it. We'll get ready for some racing. Because they're going to load their way in to the session. I have to refresh my track map. And to give you an indication of the tyres, I'll pull up the timing tower for you. There you go. They're mainly the top 4 are starting on those top 5. My apologies, are starting on the soft. So you've got a couple of medium runners in the midfield there. And we're going to get ready to go. You want to take us through the first couple laps? I'll throw you on the spot, my friend.
Yeah. Have a look.
Seems like Benjamin might have passed already as well too, but Victor actually got John into the first corner, so the Spaniard has done it on home territory.
Look at the moment. Oh, here we're off.
I think we do have a crash. We'll go back to that in a second, actually.
Okay.
That's Oscar, I think, or Christian. We'll keep an eye on safety cars. Left the pits. We have a safety car. We have a safety car that's been deployed, I think, after the accident. Yes, it has. There's confirmation, so... Everybody's now going to have to stick back to the Delta, and let's go back to the replay and find out what happened with what it appears to be. Here we go, a replay at the start here. And this is Christian, I think. Keep an eye on Christian at the back here. What's happened as they couple their way into the start here. Looks 3 abreast. And there it is, actually. Bang. Ooh, that's a little nasty. It's caused the rear ring to be completely knocked off there too from Christian. But it wasn't Christian. It was actually the car up ahead there. And I believe that was Oscar.
I'm having technical issues. I'm not seeing anything at all.
I'm seeing the safety cars crashed somewhere as well on the track. I'm seeing 3 or 4 people have crashed. Let's go back and have a look at this. Wondering what has happened here. And that's not... They should not be green flag racing. What does it show? I'm getting crashes everywhere. Everybody's in pit lane. That's probably all it is. Yeah, that's not aiming like that. Yeah, they've all come into pit lane. We go back to live entertainment. So, just to try to find out what happened with all that stuff at the start. They're testing us today, my friend. Kevin?
Yeah, they are. I'm having some technical difficulty at the moment. I can't see anything on my screen, so I'm after watching the live stream.
Ah, just jump out of the session and jump back in again. I guess you are viewing it, aren't you, as a spectator?
Yeah, what I'm watching. Right, well, I can see the safety car coming past me now. Yeah. Let's have a look. See what happens now. So, there's been some incident on the start.
Yeah, interesting. Safety car has definitely been deployed because I'm on board of it right now. Liam has elected to stay out. So there it is. Yeah, I'm still getting a lot of crash reports coming here at the moment, but that's probably just pit lane stuff. So it looks like everybody has boxed. Let's see if we can pull up that pit lane information for you guys out there to see who has taken a pit stop and not. There it is, actually confirmed right there on the screen. On cue. So yeah, along pit stops, I'm thinking at the moment there, Oscar is still a 3-minute pit stop back out on track. Actually, he's still sitting in the pit lane. I'm not sure. On the hard tires. Interesting call that you can use the hard tires. Everybody else has boxed. Some people have boxed twice.
It just come up on the screen. Benjamin has got a 10-second time penalty.
Ah, I see that as well too. Yep. It's really hard for me to look all the way up to that top monitor and see that. Still, I'm getting messages like the safety car's crashing. Don't look like the safety car's crashing to me. It looks pretty good. So information out there from the chat saying that Liam started on mediums and he chose not to change, probably hoping for another incident. Yeah, you're right. I mean, anything is possible. Safety cars breed safety cars. He did have the election in Australian driver to do that. Now, he can obviously take those tyres deep into the race, but he will have to box again. And we heard about the safety car being pretty slow before. Looks like Khan's gone back into the pit lane. Some of the drivers have gone onto the hard tyre that it's showing the telemetry information that I'm having, as you can see up there. And at the moment, you can see from Troy's perspective, it looks like the yellow strap tyres. There is the white stripe tyres for some of those drivers. And I think they're bunching up because they're going to get ready to go. Yes, they are. Look, Liam now will become a safety car. Safety car's got to dive into the pit lane. And see, with Victor to fresh boots, I would imagine Victor Bola, the Spaniard who had an awesome launch, didn't he? Gained 1 position off that into turn 1. Well, he's going to have to do it all over again. But I think right now on the fresh rubber, he should be able to do something about Liam. That's the fresh mediums, of course, but remember, too, we've only had a couple of laps, so Liam's practically relatively got some fresh boots on as well. See them get their way through here cleanly.
Safety car should be coming in after this one. It's just come up on the screen.
Oh, in another left. Yeah.
Ending.
I can't see that. It's so small for me to see, but it is there. That's great. Yeah. Thank you very much, Race Control, for typing those live messages to give us some information about that. And of course, you guys out there that are watching it, thank you very much for tuning in to Anti-Store Racing. It looks like the green flag. They look like they're putting the pedal to the metal down, my friend. I'm going to show you the track map as well, too, so you can get an idea where everybody is. Put up those positions there for you guys. We do have that as they're going to get ready to round their way around. Still, the car 13 is going to catch up to them. And the position 13, that's Oscar, as he's out of the pit lane finally after those repairs. So you'll actually give him a chance to scoot back up into here. Because, we do have one more lap in the safety car, as you'd mentioned. So Oscar, as you can see, that back in P13, that's the final place at the moment because we have 2 safety cars, we have a race director, and Eloy must have had some internet issues or disconnection issues because he, unfortunately, that was very quick during a practice session, did not put in qualifying time and is not racing. So it's very unfortunate to see that because it looked like this could have been Eloy's, really good opportunity here to shine. But Victor is the local hero, of course, and Liam, he's Australian, so he's got a bit of honey badger spirit in him, doesn't he? Of course. He's got a bit of commentating blessing with him as well, too, being another fellow Australian. Cohen Liam. But I do feel Liam's going to have a bit of pressure there for Victor after that Victor start. But, hey, Liam, you got to be in it to win it, and make it easy. Absolutely not. But you got to have fun, too. And there are your information up there for everybody. So you've seen those... you've seen that information. I'm trying to show you if I can show you the gains, of course, too, because we've seen those pit stops. Look at the gains, and there they are, too. And obviously Liam has gained 5 positions because he's yet to box. But doesn't need to. My racing timing is going crazy, isn't it? Showing everybody is crashing. I think I might have to turn that back a little bit once I get a chance to talk to Gerald, who's working right now, yeah. That maybe it's a little too sensitive. Anyway, we are getting ready. Safety car's got to peel in, and that's it. Now Liam becomes a safety car. Victor, you can see it, P2. John, P3, who lost 2 places off the start. The man started on pole.
Oh, there's an accident.
Massive accident coming out of the final corner. Look at that. 3, 4, 5 cars have all bred safety cars. And that will definitely cause another safety car. Just as the safety car peeled in the pits, that'll be another one. Now, will that give you an opportunity for everybody else? I don't know. We've got replays all over the place. Let's have a look. Here's Benjamin. Back here.
It was Liam.
Was it Liam?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he might have been.
Liam, yeah.
I'm just trying to look. We'll go back to Liam in a second. Look at that. Oh, they're just spinning because I see cars everywhere.
Yeah. Oof. Oh. Ooh, not good.
No, that was, oof.
Yeah, the initial incident was Liam.
Yeah, we'll go back and have a look at this with Liam. And I'm just trying to see what happened there exactly with Liam. Did he just lose it himself? Let's have a look. Yeah, he did. He did.
Just lost it.
And that's just caused a chain reaction as everybody's flying around the corner practically, ready to go green flag racing and gassed it up. Look at those cars bouncing around left, right, and center. Wow. Front nose is missing completely off some of these cars. How is that car that's flipped around and moving up and down like a yo-yo did not get any massive damage? Unbelievable. Well, Victor's probably just managed to live to see another day, guys. What was that? Cold tires, exactly. Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, Victor was very lucky there. I mean, Liam went off and then Victor just somehow scraped through him.
Yeah, we got more cameras and more angles of the cars that were practically a little bit behind on this one. As they're all getting ready, firing the car out, hitting the loud pedal, coming around the corner. Look at that. And that's actually, if you actually notice as well too, there's a few or three of those cars that actually all spun individually. Did you notice that? Individually, just as that man as well too, Tyler. He came out of that corner and he hit the loud pedal and the rears just slipped on him as well. And that wasn't a collision, if you can see, it wasn't a collision to another car. Now, it probably wasn't further enough around the corner to actually have to, it didn't oversteer it in order to correct for a car accident up the road. So that's just very, very interesting. We've got more replays coming, of course, from all that action. This one's now from Troy Banks, who's in the pit lane. Now, we'll see if he actually had a collision with somebody, or if he lost the rear end as well, see?
Yeah,
he was the one that went flying, like, all around the place. Like, give him credit, he's got the most flips.
Car in the blue who went past him, then he got lucky. The one who went past him just then.
We have to be under the safety car conditions, I'm sure of it, right? Because that's just, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, that's a massive pile-up. Now, I was going to say Liam, well, Liam did go box, of course, because Liam he spun, remember? And but I wouldn't say Liam was the cause of that safety car, of course, because, yeah, one driver did hit him. However, most of those drivers actually crashed out themselves. We'll go back to that replay there of Liam and have a watch of that one again. Now, we know he loses it. You see at the moment, he is leading as the safety car drives into the pits. You got there Victor and P2 just behind him. But have a look. So, Liam loses it. Does Victor hit him? Yes.
Yeah, Victor does hit him. And then gets lucky.
Yeah.
He gets very lucky.
And then the rest of us is a kerfuffle. And actually, believe it or not, most cars did not hit each other, if you can see. Yeah. Most did not. And he was in the middle of the track just waiting for everybody to see if they're going to come around there, if you're going to take that impact at 50 G forces. Somebody ducked in the pit lane and they can see that to the background in the replay. Well, that's what it is. You want to put me to the test when it comes to having to handle camera moments at the moment. So, yeah, geez, guys, you're throwing it at me, aren't you? Left, right, and center. You're throwing it at both of us here. Kevin and I don't usually do the broadcasting. Kev's second time, I think, coming in casting box, mate. And yeah, they're keeping the excitement up for you, my friend, here in Spain.
Oh yeah. It's popping off today on this one. There's no messing around.
Well, that's the second safety car. Now, we've not seen them much this season at all. I know you're relatively new, probably been watching because you're a GT driver yourself. But this is practically the second time, mate, this evening that I've seen safety cars. I've seen massive accidents, really, in this W12 series for anti-store racing. Hasn't happened much over the season.
It's like right up to now, we've out of the 32 laps, 8 of them have been with a safety car.
Absolutely right. We haven't barely even got to see much of the racing yet so far.
Couple of corners, and that's it. It's all over.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go back and see how it feels to be on that safety car. And if you go on the rear suspension of the safety car. Doesn't have a rear wing. Hey, it's back in the pit lane. I think we're going. Are we?
Yeah, it looks like we're off. Yeah,
that was like we're short and sweet.
Very sweet. Victor's pulled a little gap there.
Yeah.
But John was catching.
Oh, spin in the background.
Someone's spun out there.
Is that Christian? I can't see. There's so much action. Apologies about that. We've got a bit of kerfuffling in the background here as well, too, between Khan, Oscar, Liam's just down the background there. That's Oscar dropping off a little bit. As a safety car did go in the pit lane, so I missed that message. There was a lot of work. You got a lot of messages. Let's have a look at that. If there was a crash in that one. I think it was Stefan or somebody came off. On a replay, let's go back and have a look at that. Oh, we've got a crash for Victor. Oh, sorry, we have a crash from Victor. What's happened here? Our race leader. It's showing me has Victor's crash. Has he lost it coming out of the corner here? Where is it? Got the power down. We are watching a replay. I don't think he did. I think it's just probably a poor message. No, maybe gone off track here somewhere. We slowed down. I honestly don't know. I'd have to go back to live racing. No, it looked okay. Anyway, I think it was Stefan or somebody came off track. before.
Yeah, it was Stefan.
Let's have a look.
Before.
We'll go back to that. This is Stefan here, currently in P9. He's in pit lane. There it is. Bang. Cold tyres.
Yeah.
And his tank slapped the wall. So yeah, that's the reason why. But they're not going to call the safety car out now and go back to live. Well, Victor is still in this race. And they're keeping us on our toes. But look at the Benjamin right now, mate. This is the man that's wrapped up the championship that's crawling his way through. So he's gained a couple of positions, and he's doing last to first challenge, remember, here, Benjamin. And currently at the moment he's running P6. Ed somehow has survived. He's been in the pit lanes twice on soft tyres, and somehow has managed to survive a lot of those accidents, and probably taken advantage of it a little bit in the safety car periods.
He seems to be driving really slow at the moment. Safety car deployed for incident.
That's Khan crashed again, I think. Let's have a look. Where is this? Now, here's Khan. That's running in 8th position, I think, at the time. Let's have a look. Unless it's just he's come off. This is a replay just a little bit earlier.
He locked up there.
If it happens further or not. So the safety car's been deployed again, as you'd mentioned, hasn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the 3rd safety car. But I can't see where he's started to catch him. Maybe it's just an off-track excuse or something, and game's just giving me a little bit of a delayed information. But so he's gone into pit lane there, so no, it's just, it is what it is. It's just, that's another safety car out already. So Victor leading this race.
With the safety car coming out again, that bunches them all back up. That means John can be a bit more closer to Victor, maybe take him on the next spurt. Yeah,
we are getting this information from there that they, according to Liam, safety car's driving too slow. This could be very much a situation, mate, because to see a lot of cars just spinning, not getting temperature in the tyres, that could be the case. We did hear, didn't we, earlier during the briefing from Kevin, that they were going to try something out with the different safety cars, right? Because they're worried about safety cars being too slow. And these drivers can't get temperature into those tyres. Which is very much the situation, because you're seeing people spinning on themselves as they come out of that final turn. I think we're going to see another lap of the safety car. They're probably on... It's safety cars for ending. Okay. So now these drivers have to be aware. Okay, we've had these issues now with this. So you're going to be very, very gingerly.
John.
Yeah, John's got to try to keep up with him here and help him out, I guess. So far, so good. It looks like everybody got through there. Even though we've had a lot of pit stops coming in this evening, gains and pit stops and all that sort of jazz. So I'll try to show that information for you as well. Well, we are on lap 12, and let's see if we can get a couple of full laps here of some green flag racing as we're underway for round 10 here, and he's still racing for the Formula 1 series.
From race control, just to let you guys know what happened there. So on the restart originally, when all those cars went, the issue was essentially that the leader went too early. Then we tried to have another restart, and the leader once again went too early, so that's why the safety car came back out, so that we could get everybody in the correct order and go green again.
Ah, okay. Now, George, just real quick there from race control as well too. Some people are saying about the safety car being a little bit too slow. We're seeing a lot of people spinning up cold tyres. What's the situation with that?
It's nothing we can do. It's just that there's a very big differential between the safety car and the F1 cars on this track, because it's a very downforce oriented track, and F1 cars have a significantly greater amount of downforce to a GT3. So
we did remember you did mention to everybody, you did warn them, didn't you, in the driver's briefing? You said, guys, this is the situation, right? So be very careful.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing, we can't suddenly give the safety car more downforce. So it's the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe
Alright,
swap it out for an Aston Martin. We'll see.
Maybe.
Because you can't for the W12 series. But thank you very much for that information. Please pop in and give us some information later on as well, too, because once again, we're pretty new. Kevin's pretty new, and I'm trying to camera all this bazillion different camera angles that occur, of course, with all those replays and stuff. But thank you.
Nice one, guys.
Ooh, there's the cone again being taken out by one of the drivers because that driver big, Tyler, under pressure. Big time from Benji. Oh, look at the rear end slipping out, but he's had to lift off a little bit. But I think Benji's done the right thing too. Hasn't he there, Kev? He's lifted off a little bit, thinking, no, you know, it's not worth me risking it here. I've already wrapped up the championship. He wants to have fun from a last to first challenge. Might compromise him a little bit for Oscar in the background. But yeah, I don't think he risked it because he's realizing that he could come together here. And we've seen enough safety cars already this evening. And that's a close battle that's occurring at the moment. Paulo further up the field there. But yeah, this is where it's at because that's compromised the chance now for him to start catching because he was catching pretty quickly. Tyler has got a bit of breathing space right now. Further up the field there, let's have a look at our Portuguese driver. He was about half a second down the road there, and they are. Now, I don't think they're going to get it DRS. They should get DRS soon. Very hard once again to overtake around this track, so you're going to need to rely on that DRS rear wing to open up. That only opens up really in the straight. I think there's 2 DRS zones if I'm not mistaken. That's what it is, but here we go, odd. And as you can see, P9 drops 7 places, but he's got the pace there, he wants it. There's the rear wing open actually from both drivers, and that's Oscar up the road. So I'm pretty sure this is Norwegian flag, and he's got his Finn driver.
Yeah, that's a Norwegian flag. Definitely a Norwegian flag, that one.
And he's got the O with the cross through it as well, too. That's very Norwegian-ish. My friend has a similar name actually from Norway, and I call him Odd. And it's like that as well, so yeah, it is. And he's got his Finnish driver. We know Finns can fly. But this overtaken opportunity with the DRS flap. Also up the road, you can see the same thing happening perhaps between Benjamin, who did get Tyler. But here it is. And that is definitely a job done. Is it job done there for the Norwegian driver? So it may very well be. Yes, he did get the overtake done as well as Benjamin did up the road there. So last to first challenge.
Oscar's getting closer.
It's because they're all tucked up now behind Tyler. As well. As you can see, who just got overtaken there by Benjamin. He's making his way back up to the field there. Victor Bowler still leading this race from John and Paulo. And they're gaining a few positions, of course. So you see those pit stops have practically been, most people have done a few of them. And there's an overtake back, I think, again, using that DRS. So it ain't over with the battle between the Norwegian driver and the Finnish driver. So at the moment, you got Tyler too coming into play. Great action here, finally, as we got a little bit of green flag racing. And they're going back at it again. Are they around this time? Or was that one on Tyler? It was on Tyler. So the overtake was done on Tyler. So that means that Odd will make his way. I'm going to call him Odd now because that's my Norwegian friend name was. Make his way up, dude. Hoogland. Up in a P7. Benjamin's trying to build that gap up to Christian. A little bit further up the road. Another Norwegian driver, or at least driving under a Norwegian flag. Still, let's have a look at Hans Kugel, the Austrian driver, in that bright papaya-coloured Merc. That's the Royal Mercedes, of course. But he's got a bit of pressure there from Christian behind him, so we'll go back to Christian. See if Christian's going to be able to do anything about that mighty DRS toe. Looks like I'm seeing from Race Director that Tyler might have a crash, but I don't think that is correct. Actually, it's probably just an off-road excursion. As we're on lap 17:32, so just over halfway point right now, mate, in this race. The drama-filled, action-packed race round 10 at Circuit in Catalunya in Barcelona. In Spain.
Very drama-filled.
action all over the place. In fact, Odd, the Norwegian driver that's in P7 at the moment, did set the last fastest lap, 16.5. While the leaders are doing 16.7, so yeah, a couple of tenths in a Formula 1 car. That's a lot of time. It's still early days. That's the soft tyres working well for them. Benjamin's on the soft. Odd they're behind him on P7s on the soft, so you expect him to go a little bit quicker. Tyler on the hard tyres. That's probably the reason why he was struggling to keep up with the pace of those other drivers at the moment and dropped place. But Oscar still hasn't done too much about him. Further down to P9. That's your current positions. Let's have a look at the battle box too in the bottom right hand corner that we're going to throw up there so you can keep an eye on those close battles that occur.
The quickest time set on the track so far is by Odd, 1:16.58.
Yeah, overtake down there. Is that Hans Kugel going around Polo? It is. So the Austrian driver makes his way up into P3, gaining 2 positions currently at the moment. So job done, a nice little overtake. You can see further up the road there that John's just in and out of that DRS range there on Victor Polo, who's leading this race currently still.
But Christian's behind Polo now as well, trying to overtake him. We're on board with Christian.
Yeah, so Polo's got a little bit of runoff. All right, he has run off the track there, so there's an opportunity. A little bit too soon. We'll go on board and ride on the T-cam of Christian. As you can see there on the graphics, currently running in P5. Wanting some nice Portuguese foods for his afternoon snack entertainment. I was going to say tapas. Hey, maybe some Portuguese tapas. I'm not quite sure. I think it's Spanish tapas. And not just yet. Got a bit of work to do to catch up further in the background. You can also see a little bit of Odd and Benjamin. That's an interesting one. In fact, it is done for the overtake. Just yet. Oof. Odd, yeah. Odd, fastest man on track, remember? 16, as you said last lap. And he's just overtaken our driver's champion. But I wonder if that's because Ben wants the DRS back here. That could be very much the situation as well.
Yeah, he's got the quickest time at the moment, just locked up then. But at 1:16.42, don't see anybody else being close to that just yet.
Chopper cam. I don't like the chopper cam. We'll go to the blimp cam. That didn't work. Still, that's a nice little close battle. But Odd's now tucked up behind. Well, it's showing him tucked up. No, it's not tucked up behind. It's a little bit further down the field.
Yeah, there's a bit behind Christian.
Yeah, you can see that battle up ahead that's still occurring. We'll go back to that battle, actually, of Paulo and Christian. Yeah, we'll go on board with Christian, perhaps. See that? He's still putting the mounting. Another challenge opportunity here. The DRS straight. Bang. Gets the rear flip wing flapped open. So does Paulo. But Hans doesn't. Sorry, Hannes. So what was he? What do we call him? Hans? It was like, or was it? It was
Hannes. It was Hannes.
It was Hannes. Yeah, apologies out there again.
Hannes.
Showing me that John has crashed. Maybe he's just gone off the track. Let's have a look at the replay of this. The man running in P2. And see how close he is. He must have gone on an off-track excursion. You can see Victor just up the road. Now, he was drawing him in. It was half a second. He's dropped back a little bit of time now. So I'm wondering where it was. Will they come together? Oh, he's had to lift off. Yeah, that might have been a little bit of collision. We'll go back to the live entertainment from behind. Where we were before, and look at this three-way battle, isn't it? Hannes, Paulo, and Christian all looking for that podium position. As we're on lap 20 now of 32.
Yeah, nice little battle here going on for Christian. So you've got Paulo, Christian, and Odd.
That feels to be at a nose cam and Formula 1 car traveling down the main straight, maximum speed. And there's Colby an overtake.
Yeah, he's got the move. And is he going to follow through as well? No.
Job done.
Move going on
Ooh,
now.
there's an opportunity here. You got to remember that Hannes had got the overtake done there before, didn't he, on the Portuguese driver? But now he's under big pressure there from Christian.
Lock up.
And guess that, look at that in the background. Ben's joined the party. Odd's joined the party. It's now a 5-way battle. Ooh, hitting those chicanes. That could be costly for time. Ooh. This is getting tight.
Yeah, it's getting very tight. Oh, they're going for it now. Ooh. Some good driving here by Odd. And Christian.
Excellent driving, of course, as you can see. You're looking at from P3 to P4, P5, P6, we're watching, and Benjamin just in the background. There, P7. Starting lap 22. 10 to go. Thrilling racing. That's what you'd expect. Hey, a lot more thrilling racing than I think some of the drivers were thinking, were they, in the interview last week, to saying, you know, Spain's not some of the best favourite tracks or some of the most exciting tracks, but at the moment, it's not
We've
too
lost
bad.
it.
Oh, he has.
I don't know if he got any damage then, but he scraped the wall.
I've got a bit of work to do now. Oh, we'll go further up to the field. As Hannes still and Paulo got the overtake done there. Victor's further down the road there, 1.5 off. John has actually got the lead of this race, so I missed this. Let's go back to a replay and see if we can watch this. Here it is. So this is for the lead of the race. This is the last of the late breakers. He got it done. I think he did. It's got to come back on the inside. I love the inside line there. And then it'll turn around to the outside line. They're still going to battle it out course through here. Gone wide. Might have got an OT for it, off track. But made it stick and got the job done. But Victor, I think, has come back as well now. So this is, let's go back to the live and see this between the two drivers. I think Victor has got the pass done back. He did. So they're still at it tooth and nail. And we'll keep an eye then on the lead of this race. Exactly.
Big lock up there. Seem to be locking up in that corner quite a lot.
Tyres, mate, perhaps. I mean, they're going for a few laps now.
Yeah.
They made all their mandatory pit stops everybody has, as you can see there on the screen. Look at the action, my friend. Look at the action. Look at the intervals between these drivers. So many individual battles going on track. It looks like Odd might have had a little bit of a moment, but he's pushing pretty close. We'll go back to that battle. Here it is. Wow, it's close.
Very close.
Might have got a better exit out of that corner as well, too, to cover him off on this one, but the DRS activation should be on board there for Odd. Odd vent. I don't know, Paulo wants to put a pressure on as well. Sometimes I'm thinking we might have to go back to Victor and see if there's action. Oh, no, Paulo's getting really close now, really spicy on John Peter. So John Peter making that little bit of a mistake of the overtake there. It's probably cost him at the moment. The Portuguese going to go around the outside, which will eventually turn over to the inside line here and has got the job done. Further back in the background, check it out. Odd there, putting the pressure on too. I'll stay on board of him for a second so we can see the action up the road. Look at that. Ooh, a little bit off-track moment there, perhaps, there from John. John's struggling big time. He might have got damage. I'm not quite sure. Look at that. Massive. Hannes now getting him on the overtake as they climb their way through here. But he's probably out-braked himself a little bit. But that's soft tyres, remember, versus mediums. We're on board with Odd, currently running in P5. You can see that as battles are carrying up the road there. That's probably helped Victor get a little bit of a breather at the moment because he's now 1 second and change there down the road, almost within DRS there of Paulo. But that's going to be close, isn't it? John wants this one back.
I was about to say, what happened to John? How come he's in... There must have been an incident with him?
Yeah, I'm getting something about him crashing earlier.
Yeah, there must have been,
So,
because he was
as in a collision.
P2, wasn't he? He got up to P1, then Victor took it back.
Yeah, I'm afraid to go to the replay because I'll end up missing something. Ooh, these guys look like they're teammates, but they're still the same liveries. I think I'm seeing some damage on some of these cars. That's John. Now, his teammate would be odd. If they are in teammates, of course, because they're the same liveries, but... I think he's going to let him through? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Going to be a mounted attack here. Oh, they're both locked up. They both locked up. And I'd have to say I might have got the job done there. Maybe not necessarily.
Got lucky.
Yeah. We are getting down to the dying stages of this race, so it's 7 or so laps to go. Spaniard could be looking at wrapping this one up, but any mistakes right now, and here we go. There's the mountain challenge down the main straight. Not too much you're going to be able to do about defending against DRS like that. Rear wing open, 17 kilometers an hour difference. Bang, job done. That's because I think at the moment that looks like John really did get some damage or something, because he's now got our championship leader, Benjamin, making a last to first challenge, but Ben's got a lot of work to do. But let's have a look. If the old Ben still wants it, Benjamin cease. 7 positions gained, looking to gain another one. If he doesn't, you got Christian and Tyler a little bit further down the road behind him. As you can see in those deltas, it is close. Now, Paulo's in P2. Start to pull in Victor a little bit too, so we'll keep an eye on that battle, but we'll keep an eye on later. And look at this. That is Benji doing it. Championship leader. Job done. And it looks like as well too that Christian might be getting one. I'd have to say John's probably got damage, doesn't he? He must have damage. He's struggling. But he still managed to keep in here. As the cars behind it are really going for it too for now. And that's Christian. Go back to him. Keep an eye on that. Oh, who's gone wide? Come back onto the track. Was that Tyler? I think it was. Wow. This is Christian. There's Tyler just up the road here from him. And you can see the double overtakes. There's another one up the road too. Oh, the way the speed difference they come into that corner. That's amazing to see that. Great battles occurring here in the dying stages of our Spanish Grand Prix, but it ain't over yet. It ain't going to be over yet, at least for another 5 more laps, because I guarantee you they're going to be battling it out tooth and nail here for our round 10. Absolutely. I can't even get a chance to go back to replays to see some of the action that's been occurring, because this is too much. That's too much. You can never have too much racing. Still have to keep an eye on whether Paulo's going to try to do anything about that race leader as well. Because that's getting pretty spicy. They're about half a second. Oh, who's gone off wide? That was Benjamin, I think. Was that Benny? Yeah, it was. That was Benny. Benny's dropped a few places there, trying to put the pressure on. Meanwhile, back up front, DRS activation for Paulo. He's got Victor up the road. Remember, these are neighbours here, Portugal and Spain. But we're in Spain and see Paulo just hit the chicane a little bit. Lifted up the front. But he's put mounting amount of pressure right now on Victor Bola. But perhaps the victory of this race, he wants to find somewhere around the outside. Can't get it done there. Sets a little bit of dummy. This is fantastic racing. Absolutely 101. And we'll go on board right now too with Paulo and have a look at what he can do. As tick-tock time is ticking. 5 or so laps and change to go. 5 laps. Benjamin's entered the pit, so he must have got some damage there. So our championship leader is first to the last to first mount challenges. May not be... It's not over, of course. Well, it would be over now, I'd say, actually getting first, but he won't be last, I don't think. We've still got Oscar and Liam, and Stefan. I think there's a few drivers that actually retired from the session. So perhaps he could actually be last. Show me that John Peter had crashed somewhere too. Let's have a replay of this one. What's happened to John? John had another moment here. We think he has damage. It looks like he's got damage on his car. He's off track there. He's just picked up the witch's hat and sent it flying. Back to live entertainment. Still, P1, P2. Both of these drivers have gained 2 positions in this race. I'll pull up those gains. Look at the tyre difference as well too. Everybody using every compound you could possibly find. Softs, mediums and hards. You won't get into some wets because, as you know, no wet weather conditions yet in iRacing. Very good battles out there. Absolutely, my friend. It could be an off-track moment too, I think, there from Polo, but he's pushing tooth and nail. He wants this race win. He's going to be putting a heart and throat moment, isn't he, from all those Spaniards at the moment trying to cheer on Victor Bola to win at home. Can this be a disappointment day? Further back, let's go check out Odd. Now he's got some pace, right? He had the fastest lap there for a bit.
Yeah, he did. What position is he in now? He is in 4th. Running very close behind Hannes.
Yep, we got it right there, Hannes. Here in that moment. But he might not be running behind too much longer.
Hannes has just still got it. Oh no, he took it. Ooh. Side by side here.
Oh, yeah.
They touched each other then.
That's elbows out, my friend. Elbows out, because I know time is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock. It's 2 laps to go. Who wants that final podium position is going to be the key between these 2 drivers. That's your Norwegian driver versus your Austrian driver. Currently at the moment, it's going to the way of Austria, of Hannes. Hannes is probably thinking about an even possible P2. They're a little too far down the road there. But I think Paulo's just dropped out. I think Victor's cranked it up a little bit there. Now the DRS is not available so much for him. That's going to make all the difference here. But I think this battle for P3 is the one that's really heating up here.
A little bit too wide there.
Yeah, they have to come together, I think. He's gone a little bit one off the track there. And that may very much cost Odd a chance there of perhaps that podium. It's going to work a bit of work to do, but still a little bit of time. Keep an eye on this battle for a second while I get a quick drink.
Oh, Odd is trying his hardest to catch back up Hannes. He was having a good little battle then and made a bit mistake, went too wide, and now Hannes has pulled away a little bit, but I do believe Odd can catch him back up.
And back. It was quick.
Yep.
31, penultimate lap. I don't know why my mouse was flashing. This is it. So, any of the other actions? It looks like Benjamin's coming to pit lane. Might be retiring the pit lane at the moment, but still leading there. Victor from Paulo. Closest battle, as you can see, there is between P3 and P4. As you can see, Odd. So he's going to make a run here soon. Going to have to do something. Time is not on his side.
We're locking up then, Hannes. We're locking up a little bit. And oh, we went a little bit too wide. And I don't know if he'll be able to catch Hannes up again and pass him.
I think he has the DRS. He's going to need it. I'm on board right now with Hannes, just looking over his rear wing. He didn't get the DRS, of course. He's too far away. But I think we'll have to go over to Victor, my friend, because this could be the very last chance you're going to see it from this man right here. And you know it, you love the face cam, don't you? A little bit of the face cam.
Oh yeah, the face cam.
Of Victor.
What it's about.
We'll switch that probably over in a second there and just see how he's going to navigate his way around the funnel. Parts of the track, of course, because I haven't got too much more to go. They're going to enter Sector 3. We're on the last lap of the race. Doesn't have a lot to do, of course. But we'll have a big smile on his face soon. He's only got a couple more corners to navigate. Held it off, hasn't he? And all the drama and all the action. With the 3 safety cars. But that'll be what it is. Face cam to see how happy he'll be. He's going to make his way around down the grid right now, and he's going to win the Spanish Grand Prix at home in front of all the crazy, fantastic Spaniards just going for a fiesta right now. Absolutely brilliant. They will be in a fiesta. Polo gets P2 there. Hans will get that P3. Odd will get that P4. Making their way around there. Christian John. It's a little bit unfortunate for our pole sitter, isn't it? As he's dropped all the way back down there. Must have got some damage there. Khan will finish in that P8 there. Benjamin will round it out, I think, in pit lane in P9.
And is Benjamin's the championship leader, as you said?
But it's not even going to show me a face cam there of Victor. Or will it? I don't think it will, actually, because it's all finished. There it is. I don't see his face cam. Big smile underneath that helmet. Should be pumping his fists in the air, isn't it? Unless we are on the no, the checker flag's out. Jeez, don't do that to me again. Yeah, he's doing donuts right now. And why not? Celebration donuts that you can do. Enjoy it. In front of the home fans here in España. Wow, what do you think of that one, mate? That's had to get a drink. Had to get an extra drink in that one. That's crazy.
Some good bit of racing there, especially by Odd and Hannes at the end there. Some good little battling, some side by side. Yeah, there's some good racing there. These cars are very quick. But the first 8 laps, well, it started off with the safety car.
It did, didn't it? It was a lot of safety cars. Absolutely a lot. Probably more than we've had probably all season long. And he's still doing victory burnouts right now. Look at the rear window. Those tires are popped tooth and nail almost. Certainly going to need a new set of Pirellis on there, but nothing he needs to worry about right now. He's obviously done it. And that should wrap it up as the official results come in a second. And I think if they do come up right now, they can show those official results, and there it is. So up on your screen. That's confirmed. Well, obviously official pending stewarding decisions and stuff like that later, but for now, there it is. Victor from Polo, from Hannes, Odvin, Hugard, Tyler, Christian, John, Peter, Khan, Benjamin, Oscar, a couple of DNFs there, I think they're from Liam, Stefan, Troy Banks, and Eloy unfortunately did not get a chance to race after his good pace that he had in the practice session, but didn't do anything qualifying. Well, we'll go to a little bit of a breather there. We'll go to an interview screen in a second. We'll see if we can grab some of these gladiators for a quick chat, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minuto.
Watch the sunrise, run in the shadows, damn your love, damn your lies.
Yeah, and we're here with Hannes and Victor, the race leader. So, Victor, how did you enjoy that race? Started off the first 8 laps was a bit of a shambles. It was the safety
Yeah,
car, and then it kicked off. And then, how was it for you?
yeah, it was quite a chaotic race, is it? So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't the fastest one. I mean, I finished third in qualifying, but then I managed to do a great start. And then from there, I just need to wait 10 laps to start the race, to start the proper race. And I think worth the wait because we had an exciting race. Maybe not too many overtakes, but I was just pushing like hell every single lap to keep everyone behind because, well, as I said last week, this one was an important one for me after two podiums in a row. After two podiums in a row, I just wanted to get that win, especially in my home track.
Yeah, that's a really been your home track, so that's a good win. Congratulations to you. And at one point, you was getting pushed by the qualifying. What's his name again? John Petty. He was pushing you for a little bit. Then he dropped away. So how was that when he was pushing you? Did you feel under pressure, or was it just keep composed and consistent, and he might fall away? Was you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know what really happened to him after that battle because we didn't touch, so I don't know if he had damage after all. But yeah, I mean, I know the track pretty well, and I know that there is basically one overtaking a spot. I just need to maximize the last corners and make sure he's way behind on the last corners. That was just my job. And he tried once, and but he tried I think in the wrong place, so I could take the position back, and then he got into other battles. So that made the race a bit easier. But then Polo had an impressive pace at the end. So yeah, it was tricky
Yeah,
because we put mediums on the second lap, and I think everyone didn't know if we could manage to go till the end because it's a hard track for the tires, and yeah, we managed to do 31 laps with mediums.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did,
Well,
and a new Spaniard in town, obviously that replacing the other Spaniard champion, and it was good to see you winning at home. We're double confirming because I was trying to remember who it was who was speaking to last week, but it was you, wasn't it? This is your home track here in Barcelona. This is the one you wanted to win, the one that you did win. Smooth
Yeah, I mean,
operator, mate. You're allowed to say it. You are. I mean,
yeah, I said it last week. Like I really wanted to win this one, and yeah, I put a lot of practice to be honest from yesterday, but I wasn't the fastest one. So when I've seen the times on, I mean, qualifying, I was just so that's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna get another podium, and but yeah, I mean, I think the start was crucial.
yeah, you got him in the first turn as well. It absolutely was, especially after all that kerfuffling, and you got that damage as well too, I believe, wasn't it? After that second safety car, the first safety car actually, when the cold tires caught everybody out, didn't they? Including Liam.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Like I thought, like I expected to have cold tires, so I tried to be careful with that. But obviously, when the guy in front of you is spinning, you just don't know where to go, basically.
And behind, mate, trust me, there was about 3 or 4 cars behind that all spun coming out of that corner too.
Yeah,
You did
I
hit
need
him
to
and got
check
damage.
that.
You got hit him and got damage, of course, because you had nowhere to go. Liam spun, but it all
I need
still
to check
panned
that
out.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have to check it out. It was a lot of fun. That was only the first time. There was a couple more times after that. But congratulations. Let you celebrate. Have some tappers with your fellow Spaniards because you won. Your
I
home
will
track
do. Thank
here
you.
at the circuit there, Catalunya into Barcelona. Congratulations
Thank
there.
you.
Next, well, yep. What do you think
Yeah.
there, Kev?
yeah.
Yeah,
The next we got Hannes in here. Good evening, Hannes. Did you enjoy the race?
Yes, hi guys. That was the toughest race for me this season for sure. I had a great battle with Paolo through the mid of the race, and I managed to overtake him, but 2 laps later he passed me again. So it was a nice but clean battle. And then towards the end, I was just trying to hold on to that P3, trying to defend against Oyvind because my tires were pretty gone at the end. but that was a hard fought P3, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it did look like he was doing some serious battling, and you did your defending skills are brilliant. So congratulating on that. But there was some good driving there especially towards the end, where how do you pronounce his name? Oidven was chasing you down. He was trying his best to catch you. There was at one point he was really on you. And he tried to move, it didn't happen, and then you got a little gap, and then just kept it going with the momentum. So it was very impressive racing. The part where he was just about to take you, what was you thinking at that time?
Yeah, there was a time I think we touched even going out of turn 2, so
Yeah.
it was very close. But yeah, then he stepped back, but he came again very close to me, so I had to defend and defend and defend again. But it was a very good fight, very good fight. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, cool. Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Biggles?
No, the battles was absolutely awesome too, and we got your name correctly pronounced towards the end here, the medium runners. Yeah, it was all over the place. It was you guys put me to the test having to broadcast, of course, because Gerald couldn't make it today because he had work commitments. So I had to throw all those camera angles up, try to get all those replays, and you guys had put all the action on us. Never a dull moment whatsoever there was in this race. And it was good to have that a podium now when you were battling it out there with Odd. And Paulo as well, too, towards the end there. You're getting very, very close. Paulio, if I pronounce that one correctly, he's in the chat actually right now. But yeah, hats off to you. There,
He managed
Hannes.
to pull away at the end, Paulo did. But I was just trying to keep my P3. And congrats to Victor. Great race win.
Yep, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Congratulations.
So Paul, yeah, Kev, I don't know if Paulio's here. Paulo, do you want a quick word, mate? Finishing in P2?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, congratulations, Paul, on your P2. How did you enjoy the race today? It was a bit of hectic to start off with the first 8 laps with the safety car, and then once it kicked in, it seemed like you guys settled down, tyres warmed up, and there was some good racing.
Yeah, it was really confusing at the start, and this time, because I figured every time I start on mediums, there's a safety car, then my strategy is completely ruined. So this time I started on softs, and it went exactly as I planned.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, there's some seriously good driving, some really good defending behind you. Did you feel under pressure towards the end by any of the drivers? Hannes, was he close to you all?
Hannes, yes, because I was doing the last chicane really badly. I'm terrible at doing it. But I was actually looking more for Benjamin and Oyvind because they were clearly the quickest cars on the track. But somehow I still kept P2.
Yeah, you did some good sturdy driving there, and that's what it's all about. Like you say, yeah, Hannes was really driving hard. And Oyvind behind him was pushing him, so there was catching you up at some point, but then a little point, Oyvind kind of lost his way a little bit, and Hannes had a bit of free run, and then obviously you got that P2, so congratulations to you. Mr. Biggles, anything you'd like to add?
Same thing, was great battles. Yeah, you did fantastic. Get close there to Victor. It was going to be a showdown, wasn't it, between Portugal and Spain? You didn't want to. You still remember you would have to be leaving the circuit with all those Spaniards. Would be gutted if you did manage to take it away there from him. But you sadly kept him honest, and that's what you like to see. Yeah, good solid P2 for the 88 car there, Apollo. Looking forward to see you in the next match.
Oh, I would like to add something. My name is Paulo.
Paulo. I should know that actually. It's very, very close. I keep messing it up, but I'm the butcher of names. My apologies. We'll get it right sometime.
I was waiting for a new podium to say this.
There you go. You got it.
It's cool.
So Paulo, sorry, Apologino. I can't even do that one correctly, but apologies, of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gladiators out there. We're going to cut it short in a minute there. So, Kevin, once again, thank you very much. Any final words? We'll ask the other Kevin. We've got 2 Kevins, and the other Kevin, of course, it was
a good race. Enjoyed it, and some seriously good driving, some very good defending, and fully enjoyable. So let's see what happens next.
Thank you for sharing the booth with me, mate. I needed you there all the way, and I much appreciated. The other Kevin, of course, that had a quick chat there from Race Control and all that. Kev, do you want to give us any information stuff? You can wrap it up for us and let us go celebrate some tapas down there with Victor.
Yeah, I think you guys definitely are going to need some tapas and some cervezas, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm already having a cerveza, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Way ahead of us. I mean, I watched the race from YouTube. I really enjoyed watching it. It was hectic, but it was exciting till the end. I do have a bit of a sneak peek for people who are still watching the stream, which is, as some of you might know, we wrapped up our GT3 series last Friday. And I am happy to announce there will be a second season of the GT3 series. And you guys should definitely keep an attention to it tomorrow for the big announcement and the post on our website to go live. So keep an eye on that one.
Cool.
Yep, excellent. That's it. Everybody go relax, put your feet up, and hopefully we'll get to see some of these gladiators come back again, obviously next week for this F1 series, of course, but the big announcement, of course, so you can slap all those buttons, keep up the Discord, keep up with the website, everything's there. That's it from Biggles, myself, Kevin, the other Kevin, and Gerald out there. I hope he gets time to get back in there and do it again. Of course, work first, family first, and all that jazz. So, and all you drivers out there, gladiators and fans, please stay safe, take care, and we'll chat to you all guys soon. Bye-bye.